Ahead on the Stan Heath Show, a disappointing loss to Rutgers for the Bulls at home, and the Bulls' struggles continue against UConn in Hartford. Those game highlights are coming up. We'll see how Josh Heath has transformed from true freshman into a prominent role player in the rotation. Then more honors for Victor Rudd, and February Bulls basketball continues with a USF-UCF rematch at the Sundome. We'll give you a preview. All of that coming up on the Stan Heath Show.
The Stan Heath Show, presented by Cain's Furniture. Quality so good, it's guaranteed for life. The Stan Heath Show is also brought to you by Tampa General Hospital. Trusted for our expertise, chosen for our care.
Once again, Tampa General Hospital is proud to be named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News & World Report and recognized as one of America's best hospitals in 6 specialties: cardiology and heart surgery, ear, nose and throat, nephrology, orthopedics, pulmonology, and urology. #1 in Tampa Bay and one of America's best, Tampa General Hospital. Trusted for our expertise, chosen for our care.
Whatever the call, whatever the play, when the Bulls score 60 points, we'll give you a free movie ticket at Cain's. Save your ticket stubs, Bulls fans. If the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, take it to Cain's Furniture and get a free movie pass. That's right, 60 points of Bulls basketball means you score a movie ticket from Cain's. Whatever the call, whatever the play, if the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, we'll pay for your movie at Cain's.
The University of South Florida is a regional powerhouse with global significance, leading advances that are changing the world. Now a leader among the nation's universities in research, healthcare, and just being cool. The place where young men and women train to become the best.
This is where the Bulls run.
Once again, Tampa General Hospital is proud to be named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News & World Report and recognized as one of America's best hospitals in 6 specialties: cardiology and heart surgery, ear, nose and throat, nephrology, orthopedics, pulmonology, and urology. #1 in Tampa Bay and one of America's best, Tampa General Hospital. Trusted for our expertise, chosen for our care.
Welcome into another edition of the Stan Heath Show. I'm Jim Lighthall, along with the head coach himself. Busy week for the Bulls in American Conference play. Coach, unfortunately, a couple of tough losses for you in 2 different fashions, actually.
Yeah, real tough week for us. Dropped our first game at home against Rutgers and really just got off to a poor start in that game and tried to play catch-up. Did catch up ultimately, then ran out a little bit of gas. And the UConn game, it was just like, the weather was bad up there, and it was bad on the court, too. It was an avalanche, and once the ball got rolling, we never got to stop that ball from rolling.
We'll talk about the UConn game coming up a little bit later on in the show, but let's take a closer look at the Rutgers game. Obviously, a tight contest throughout. I know you got down early, but you battled back, especially with a great start to your second half.
Yeah, the way we started, I think it was 15-2 or somewhere in there, and it just looked like, boy, we were in for a long night, and the kids really, I thought, picked things up on the defensive end. Got some stops, got some turnovers, got some rebounds, got some transition plays, and closed that gap down by 1 at half. And I thought the momentum going into halftime, because we were so far down, would really help us knowing that, hey, we put ourselves back in this game.
One guy that had another good game, Martino Brock, yet again.
He did. And obviously coming into the game, he's one of those energy guys that can make some things happen, gets a lot of things out of hustle plays, offensive rebounds, running the lane, attacking the rim. Very productive in that first half for us.
He's a guy that's had 17 points now in 3 games over the last 2 weeks. You count on your seniors to do things like that. He really stepped up against the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Let's take a look at those highlights from the game at the Sundome between the Scarlet Knights and the Bulls.
Bulls and Rutgers. Before the game, Victor Rudd honored for 1,000 USF points. So let's go get some more. Jumper early is in for Victor, who gets 15 points on the night. 18th Bull to hit the 1,000-point mark. On the attack now, Rutgers, a 3 there. That's one of 4 3-pointers they had in the game. Josh Heath off the glass can't score, but John Egbunu can. Egbunu had 10 points on the game. A second look at the freshman center's good work on the offensive boards. Here's Heath on the run, finds Martino Brock. 2 of the 17 for Brock in this game, tied his season high. Chris Perry to John Egbunu, back to Perry, hit the shot, free throw coming up. Perry had 11 points. Kadeem Jack really hurt the Bulls for Rutgers. Career high 31 points, gets the dunk there. Martino Brock off a nice pass from Rudd with the mid-range jumper for USF. And the Bulls keep the pressure on. Corey Allen Jr. with the steal. Breakaway dunk for Rudd. This is a nice one. There's a better one coming, though, as Rudd gets the Bulls a little closer in the first half. Here it is. Rudd with the steal. Watch this dunk. One of the best in USF basketball history, really ignited the crowd. This is late first half, getting the Bulls back in the game. Just tremendous athleticism from Victor Rudd Jr. Martino Brock adds another jumper as we approach halftime. Back and forth in the first 20 minutes with Rutgers. From ground level, nice drive to the basket by Allen. Can't hit the shot, but Egbunu is there to clean it up. And we go to the break with the Bulls down a single point to Rutgers. On to the second half now, and Martino Brock's going to stay hot. He's shooting about 50% from the floor this year, 7 of 11 in this game. Miles Mack will get going in the second half, though, for the Scarlet Knights. Goes off the glass there for 2 of his 15 points. And the Bulls bring it inside. Victor Rudd able to score and draw the foul. He's going to the free throw line for USF. Shamaye McClendon with a nice move to the basket, scoring off the glass. This was a good offensive game for the Bulls. Perry backing his way in, goes to the hoop, takes a shot across the forehead, but able to hit the shot, draw the foul, and he's able to continue because just a moment later he's going to score again. Great catch on this, and he goes up in the paint, able to get the hoop for USF. Javante Hawkins made some good plays in this game. He's going to dish it off this time, find Martino Brock under the basket for the easy 2. And then Victor Rudd can't connect on the 3, but Chris Perry right there to clean it up and drop it in for USF. On the drive now, it's Hawkins hitting a 3. Good contribution from him in the second half as the Bulls right there with Rutgers, but just not enough. The Scarlet Knights go on to the 10-point victory in the Sundome.
Coach, it ended up being a 10-point loss for you here at the Sundome, but offense wasn't really your problem. 4 guys in double figures, and they shot the ball pretty well.
Yeah, not bad at all. Certainly 69 points for us is a good game, and a game that normally we win with those kind of numbers. The defense on the other end was the problem. We tried, our focus was to stop the three-point shot, and we did a great job stopping the three-point shot. Unfortunately, Kadeem Jack, a guy who's averaging about 13 points a game, gets 31. He's 13 for 13 from the free throw line. We allowed him to just kind of go where he wanted to go. And at the same time, he's not a guy that normally makes 100% of his free throws. He's 60% free throw shooter. So that was the difference in the game. Kadeem Jack really stepped up big for their team, and they won.
Yeah, it's tough to come back when no one leaves the door open for you, and he didn't miss a free throw down the stretch.
Not at all, and the game was still intact, maybe the 4 or 5 minute mark. We had several guys in foul trouble, and Chris Perry, Johnny Bugler, and Victor Rudd playing with 4 fouls. So it really affected our defense as well, too. We never got that three-point shot, which you really want to. If you try to come back, you need that three-point shot.
That game is in the books. When we come back, we'll take a look ahead at those UConn highlights. Also, Anthony Collins' injury update. We'll talk about taking the red shirt off of this guy's son, Josh Heath. That's next on The Stan Heath Show.
Whatever the call, whatever the play, when the Bulls score 60 points, we'll give you a free MovieCom movie ticket at Canes. Save your ticket stubs, Bulls fans. If the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, take it to Canes Furniture and get a free MovieCom movie pass. That's right, 60 points of Bulls basketball means you score a MovieCom movie ticket from Canes. Whatever the call, whatever the play, if the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, we'll pay for your movie at Canes.
Once again, Tampa General Hospital is proud to be named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report and recognized as one of America's best hospitals in 6 specialties: cardiology and heart surgery, ear, nose and throat, nephrology, orthopedics, pulmonology, and urology. #1 in Tampa Bay and one of America's best. Tampa General Hospital, trusted for our expertise, chosen for our care.
Whatever the call, whatever the play, when the Bulls score 60 points, we'll give you a free movie ticket at Canes. Save your ticket stubs, Bulls fans. If the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, take it to Canes Furniture and get a free movie pass. That's right, 60 points of Bulls basketball means you score a movie ticket from Canes. Whatever the call, whatever the play, if the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, we'll pay for your movie at Canes.
The University of South Florida is a regional powerhouse with global significance, leading advances that are changing the world. Now a leader among the nation's universities in research, healthcare, and just being cool. The place where young men and women train to become the best.
This is where the Bulls run.
Welcome back to the Stan Heath Show. Coach, one of the things that's kind of been a problem for your team this year is at the point guard spot, and that's because Anthony Collins suffered that injury in the offseason, had the surgery, and he's still not 100% yet.
Yeah, Anthony Collins was a huge loss for our basketball team. Obviously 2 years ago, a guy who led us to the NCAA tournament, a catalyst for us. We're going into his junior season. Everything kind of built around him. He makes us go. The way he can play make, he can score, he can defend. Leadership out there in the court, all those different things. So without him, we had to really reinvent ourselves. We were 8-2 with him, even though he wasn't 100%. Without him, we had to reinvent ourselves. We went with Corey Allen. Corey Allen, who's more of a scoring guard, tried to convert him a little bit more to the point. He still does a little bit of both, doing a great job for us. But it took away from some of the things we want to do from the offensive end. So it forced me kind of in a decision. I had to talk to my son, Josh Heath, and say, hey, Josh, we need you. We need a guy who's going to run our team, to get the ball to the right guys, be a leader out there on the court as a freshman. And fortunately, he kind of looked at the situation and said, hey, I'll do whatever I can to help our basketball team. And so even though he's a freshman, he has helped our team win a few games down the road.
You look at his assist-to-turnover ratio, it's very, very good in conference play. Josh Heath won a state championship, obviously. And I know that was a tough decision for his mom, too.
Oh, we don't want him to lose a year. His mom was, looked at this situation and said, boy, it's a tough spot to put my son in. But ultimately, it was Josh's decision.
Let's meet Josh Heath from Tampa Prep.
USF fans recognized a familiar name during games this season, as Josh Heath has become a dependable figure in the Bulls' rotation. Heath had a hit switch quick, earning his first start on the road against Temple. From a redshirt year to playing important minutes for his team, Heath has had to make quite an adjustment in his first year.
I was much more of a fan when I was redshirting. I could just come in and didn't have anything to think about. I could just watch my teammates and hope they do their best. But now I kind of I had to change my mindset completely, and I gotta be focused, and there's much more pressure on me to perform and stuff like that. We kind of lacked somebody who was just who could get everyone involved, and I think that's really what was most important about me coming out of redshirt.
As the head coach's son, even committing to the school where your dad coaches is an experience. Josh decided that he didn't want it to be awkward, so thought of a way to deliver the news to Coach Heath.
I went to a friend's house, and it was after my official visit, and I decided right then and there, I was like, I'll just commit right now, and I'll call my dad and tell him over the phone, so it wouldn't be weird if I did it at home, face to face. I think kind of everyone knew, even like other teams that recruited me, that you didn't really have a high chance of getting me. I've been in Tampa since like 7th grade, and USF's probably been my number one since 7th grade. Even though I wasn't, NCAA basketball wasn't really in my view at that point, but still.
Playing for your dad can put quite a microscope on any player, but Josh embraces it. The focus of the public eye will be on him no matter where he goes or what he does. Heath doesn't feel the pressure and looks forward to what lies ahead.
I look at it, I just look at it as if I'm another player out there just trying to help my team win. I don't think of it as I'm the coach's son, so I got to do better than a regular player would. I just want to win. Sometimes you just got to step out your comfort zone, and I had to do that. And, hopefully I'm helping the team win games.
You hear that cliche all the time, son of a coach, high basketball IQ, but Josh truly has been around basketball his entire life.
Oh, he has. I remember when he was a little kid and used to watch film with me and really study the game. He loved basketball. He hates to lose. But a kid that will do anything to help his team win. He puts winning before stats or anything else like that. And the kind of guy, I really think he's got a bright future because he got a high IQ, as well as he's been a part of winning programs throughout his life.
And we've seen him get better, it seems like, every game.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that he has to adjust to is just some of the competition level he's facing. Our league is filled with some dominant senior guards, and those are the guys he's going up against, Shabazz Napier and guys like that in your first freshman year. So he's making the adjustment more on the defensive end than the offensive end.
Funny you should mention Shabazz Napier. Let's take a look at those UConn highlights on the other side of this timeout and get you ready for the rematch with UCF as well as the road trip to Louisville. That's coming up on the Stan Heath Show.
Whatever the call, whatever the play, when the Bulls score 60 points, we'll give you a free MovieCo movie ticket at Canes. Save your ticket stubs, Bulls fans. If the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, take it to Canes Furniture and get a free MovieCo movie pass. That's right, 60 points of Bulls basketball means you score a MovieCo movie ticket from Canes. Whatever the call, whatever the play, if the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, we'll pay for your movie at Canes.
The University of South Florida is a regional powerhouse with global significance, leading advances that are changing the world. Now a leader among the nation's universities in research, healthcare, and just being cool. The place where young men and women train to become the best.
This is where the Bulls run.
Once again, Tampa General Hospital is proud to be named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report and recognized as one of America's best hospitals in 6 specialties: cardiology and heart surgery, ear, nose, and throat, nephrology, orthopedics, pulmonology, and urology. #1 in Tampa Bay and one of America's best, Tampa General Hospital. Trusted for our expertise, chosen for our care.
Whatever the call, whatever the play, when the Bulls score 60 points, we'll give you a free MovieCo movie ticket at Canes. Save your ticket stubs, Bulls fans. If the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, take it to Canes Furniture and get a free MovieCo movie pass. That's right, 60 points of Bulls basketball means you score a MovieCo movie ticket from Canes. Whatever the call, whatever the play, if the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, we'll pay for your movie at Canes.
Welcome back to the Stan Heath Show. Bulls were on the road in Hartford, Connecticut to take on the 24th-ranked UConn Huskies. First of 2 meetings this year, Coach. This one was, we thought, going to be a great matchup going in. You played some really tough games up there.
We've always played them well, and this game just didn't turn out to be that way. They got off to a good start, and we got in foul trouble right away, and just kind of, I thought it was a 17-7 mark where I thought we got a few stops. We might be able to make another run and get things closer, but boy, an avalanche started, and after that, it just never was a basketball game.
You mentioned the foul problems. All those came against your guards. You had 3 guards with 2 fouls right out of the gate, which also bogged things down at the offensive end in the half court.
Yeah, it was my 3 point guards, 3 guys who played the point for me. First it was Shemaye, who ended up with 3 in the first half. Then Corey picked up 2, and then Josh picked up 2. And then we just had to play with those guys and just try to weather the storm throughout halftime. But it was a problem, and we had to play a little bit more conservative against 2 great guards in Shabazz Napier and Ryan Boatwright, and they were just kind of go where they wanted to go, and they didn't do a lot of scoring, but they set the table for their teammates, and we just didn't have answers defensively for them, whether it was man or zone.
And you know, on the defensive end for UConn, they're going to guard you, and they're going to block shots, and they did just that.
Well, that's where I think we made the biggest mistake in the game. I thought our offense was their best offense. We were taking ourselves and putting ourselves in bad spots, driving into traffic, trying to go up against Breimer. And Breimer blocked some of those shots, changed some of those shots, and ended up fast breaks the other way. So that was our biggest hindrance, our inability to make that extra pass, share the ball, play a little bit more unselfish.
UConn and USF, here's the highlights.
XL Center in Hartford, snowy night as the Bulls and the Huskies get set to go in American Athletic Conference play. Out of the gate in a hurry, the Huskies got started fast. Bremo with the dunk here. Bulls with the miss and then unable to get the offensive rebound. Went this way a lot of the time, especially in the first half. Here's Brema again, and UConn builds on their early lead. Bulls coming back, though. Josh Heath with a jumper here just inside 3 to get USF on the scoreboard. Shabazz Napier only played 18 minutes, but still a big factor for the Huskies, hitting a 3 there. Bulls coming back with Martino Brock coming off the glass. USF had hit only 2 of their first 17 shots until Corey Allen hit this mid-range jumper here. A lot of turnovers for the Bulls. UConn 26 points off Bulls turnovers. Terrence Samuel with the steal here finds DeAndre Daniels. Daniels with 12 points. That wound up leading all scorers in this game. Josh Heath can't convert. John Egbunu can. 7 points and 6 rebounds for Egbunu. Daniels again off the glass and in, fouled by Victor Rudd. And then right before halftime, another UConn steal. Chroma taking it length of the court to dunk it. And the Bulls in a big hole at the end of 20 minutes. Not hard to see why. Bulls really struggling shooting. Huskies shooting the lights out. Second half doesn't start well either, as Egbunu is stripped by Napier. And UConn will quickly turn this into a 3. Ryan Boatwright on the left side, able to drop it in for the Huskies. UConn again with Napier in control. This time going to find Kenton Facey for the dunk. Bulls did get a little spark from Musa Abdul-Alim. Came off the bench, had 8 points to lead USF in 14 minutes of play. There's a 3 for him, but then another USF turnover. This will turn into points once again as Philip Nolan goes for the hoop. Abdul-Alim hit the only 2 3-pointers for USF in this game. Here is the second one, but not enough as UConn shot very well also. This is Leon Tolksdorf. He hits a 3. Perry gets the offensive rebound here, able to get the putback in for USF. But again, the offensive onslaught continues for the Huskies. This time it's Kenton Facey with a 3-pointer. Bulls answering quickly as they push it down court. Victor Rudd will take this in, hit the shot, draw the foul. This is the only hoop of the game for Rudd. Now very deep into the UConn bench, Pat Lenahan with a 3. And USF concludes the scoring. Egbunu with an emphatic dunk. He hit the free throw as well. But the end of a long night in the Northeast for the Bulls as they fall to the Huskies.
Coach, I'm guessing that's the last time you're going to look at that film. You're going to burn this one after that.
That film is burnt. You try to take something out of those games, and I think more than anything, we just try to say, hey, we got to do a better job offensively, and we got to make sure that we don't force things and put ourselves in bad spots.
Hey, real quick, Musa Abdul-Alim came in, knocked down a couple of threes. Good to see him get a stroke back.
Yeah, and if that can carry over down the stretch for us, that three-point shooting, that'd be a big help for our basketball team offensively.
A couple of games coming up for the Bulls. One right here at home against the UCF Knights in the Sun Dome. Then they're on the road to the state of Kentucky against the 13th-ranked Louisville Cardinals. We'll take a look at those two teams on a preview. Also talk about Victor Rudd, the American Conference handing out more awards to him. That's coming up on the Stan Heath Show.
Once again, Tampa General Hospital is proud to be named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report and recognized as one of America's best hospitals in 6 specialties: cardiology and heart surgery, ear, nose and throat, nephrology, orthopedics, pulmonology, and urology. #1 in Tampa Bay and one of America's best. Tampa General Hospital, trusted for our expertise, chosen for our care.
Whatever the call, whatever the play, when the Bulls score 60 points, we'll give you a free MovieCo movie ticket at Canes. Save your ticket stubs, Bulls fans. If the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, take it to Canes Furniture and get a free MovieCo movie pass. That's right, 60 points of Bulls basketball means you score a MovieCo movie ticket from Canes. Whatever the call, whatever the play, if the Bulls score 60 points in today's game, we'll pay for your movie at Canes.
The University of South Florida is a regional powerhouse with global significance, leading advances that are changing the world. Now a leader among the nation's universities in research, healthcare, and just being cool. The place where young men and women train to become the best.
This is where the Bulls run.
Once again, Tampa General Hospital is proud to be named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News and World Report and recognized as one of America's best hospitals in 6 specialties: cardiology and heart surgery, ear, nose and throat, nephrology, orthopedics, pulmonology, and urology. #1 in Tampa Bay and one of America's best, Tampa General Hospital. Trusted for our expertise, chosen for our care.
Victor Rudd steals the outlet pass. It's a 4-on-1. Throws it down with a big one-handed dunk. Oh my! And the foul. Rudd in the air like Superman. Starting to wind things down on this edition of the Stan Heath Show. Coach, the American Conference has been very familiar with your program. All those Rookie of the Week awards for Chris Perry, and then the honor roll yet again, a 4th time for Victor Rudd this week.
Well, Chris has been there so many times, and Vic's been there now, and well-deserved. And when Vic plays well, our team normally follows suit. He's our senior. He's our guy that's carried us in a lot of ways. He's a guy that can do so many things out there in the court: rebound, score, assist, make plays. When he's bringing that high energy, he's a different player out there. He's a difference maker. Tremendous
Dunk at home against Rutgers. It ended up being the #1 play on SportsCenter that night.
Big time steal at half court. When he left the floor, I didn't think he could carry himself to the rim. Some kind of way he found a way to get there. It was a big time play.
Standing ovation, by the way, from the Sun Dome crowd. Coach, he had 25 in the game on the road at UCF. The rematch will happen right here on Saturday afternoon.
He was huge down the stretch. I mean, throughout the game he was good, but 8 points in the overtime out of the 9 points to win it for us. He really stepped his game up in a big way that game. And we know we're going to have a dogfight with UCF. That game was back and forth. All the kids left everything on the floor. We found a way to get that win, steal a win in their backyard. We've got to protect our home. Very important for us to come here and protect our home. We're going to need our fans because their fans come out and support them pretty good too.
79-78 in overtime. You won that game. Then on Tuesday night, you have to go to the Yum Center to battle a top 25 Louisville team.
Rick's got them playing great. They're playing at a high level. The defending national champs, and they're in a groove. Tough to win there. But the Bulls found a way a couple years ago, so maybe we can find another way.
Got to take care of the ball against them, too.
Definitely have to protect the ball. We're going to have to defend their threes, and we're going to have to be strong in the paint. Our freshmen are going to have to play really good around the basket area.
Going to be a fun week of Bulls basketball coming up, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, that's Stan Heath. I'm Jim Lighthall. Thanks for joining us this week. We'll have highlights of those 2 games next week as we return for another edition of the Stan Heath Show.
The Stan Heath Show has been presented by Kane's Furniture. Quality so good, it's guaranteed for life. The Stan Heath Show is also brought to you by Tampa General Hospital. Trusted for our expertise, chosen for our care.